Are we good? All right. All right, so this is double fermentation, naturally leavened pizza dough. So use a starter. It is a high gluten flour, very high in protein, so it's going to give you that nice build. After the starter, I use the Caputo pizza double O flour, the Naples style pizza, I guess, pizza flour, the blue bag. So now I'm going to stretch it and we're going to make a white pizza, a bianca. Is that what it's called? Who knows, man? I don't speak Italian. I just cook pizza, okay? So a little semolina dust away. IKEA, you don't have to buy the IKEA bowls. That's what we got in the house. All right, be very gentle with it because it's a high hydration. So if you can't move it around too much, you want to keep those bubbles alive. So I'm putting a little bit of the semolina. Make sure it's not going to stick to the board or the paddle, the peel. And then traditional stretching method. And never grab the crust. You're going to grab from underneath and you're going to carefully flip it over because you don't want to damage that nice crust you're building by moving the air to the edges. And no pinching, just grabbing what would be the center of the pizza. See? Okay, so we're pushing the air towards the crust. We're flattening out the middle here, and you're going to feel that it should be pretty even. And this is the slap method. So I'm going to flip it over and try to knock off some of that flour. If you have too much flour on the bottom or anywhere on the pizza, it's going to burn. It's going to give you a very bitter flavor on your pizza, and you don't want that. So I'm clearing my board from this of the flour, so I don't need whatever flour is on the pizza dough itself is all we need. That's pretty good. And then the rest of the stretching is going to be done on the peel as we get it going. So I'm going to do, this is a little olive oil. I mean, this is not like, you can do whatever you want with your pizza. This is kind of just something we like here in the house. And then we have fresh Galbani mozzarella. Not buffalo. We didn't buy that one this time, although that's a better. And we also have the what do you call it? The mozzarella. It's a little more dry. What's it called? Well, it's not the fresh one. It's going to be one that's a little more salty. It comes usually in a block. But that's the one you definitely want to get if you want to try to make something like this. It has more flavor than the fresh mozzarella. Fresh mozzarella is really nice for the texture, but I think if you want to have a nice, strong flavored cheese, this is the type of cheese they use on American pizza or New York style pizza. Garlic. Go nuts with the cheese, why not? And there is a timer on this thing. If you leave it out too long, remember the dough is still absorbing flour. So it has a lifespan. Try to get it into the oven as soon as possible. And this is always a tricky part, especially with this oven. We're using the Breville Pizzaiolo oven, which gives you that wood-fired effect. So again, I'm not grabbing the crust, but from the bottom, I'm sliding it over. And I'm lifting it up and stretching it out. Like I said, it's a little tricky to get it in there, but it's in there. So typically you'll make 9 to 10 inch pizzas. Talking to somebody who's an expert, Malayan Falco, Anthony Falco, who is a pizza expert, internationally known. He kind of gave me a little heads up on the dough ball size and the weight. He told me between 180 grams to 200. I made mine just a little bit heavier for like 220 grams, just because I like the little more dough on the bottom. But I'll show you if you want to bring the camera over, Becca, so they can see how it's puffing up really fast. And that's what you want. Those like leopard spotting is perfect. The crust is rising really rapidly because it's hot. And now there's a little button here on the left that switches the heat from the outside towards the middle of the pizza. And so it's really only got to be in there for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes max, because it gets plenty hot. And if you have a high hydration, the more hydration you have it, the faster the crust rises. It's just, steam. Steam is going to build up in that gluten network you have in there. And this is looking like a really good pizza right now. Got my little peels. Yeah. Just gonna give it a quick turn. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's a nice naturally leavened, very airy, and it gives you that nice little crust at the bottom too. Boom.